And if you think I leave my gorgeous wife because I like being gone from home, you're mistaken. I think part of my job is to be the salt of the earth, and textbooks are destroying this next generation of kids' minds, and it starts with propaganda like this, saying billions of years ago. Once you believe the billions of years ago part, the rest kind of comes, well, maybe it happened. Ask an evolutionist, how do you think a dog could come from something that is non-dog? And they'll say, given enough time, that's always the way their sentence starts. Well, given enough time, stop right there. That's all I need to hear. We got a whole section in the notebook about that, about the age of the earth, back on page 10, 11, 12, whatever it is. The solution is always time, page 9 in this edition. They'll say, well, given enough time. Folks, there's not enough time. The earth is not billions of years old. There are some Christians going around teaching the earth is billions of years old. I have, right here in front of me, a couple of the books by Dr. Hugh Ross. Creation and Time. This one is 2 books put together, Creation and Time, Creator and the Cosmos, and Creation and Time. This book incorporated in here. I debated Hugh Ross on the radio as an hour-long program, but with commercials we only got 30 minutes of talk time in. And we're supposed to have another debate on the John Ankerberg show. I went and visited and toured Hugh Ross's ministry a few weeks ago when I was in California. Hugh Ross is one of the most vocal spokesmen for the old earth creationists, they're called. Those who say, yes, God made the world, however, he used the Big Bang, and the earth is billions of years old. Now, Hugh Ross is a very nice guy. Everybody that's written to me or called me says, oh, he's such a nice man. I used to go to church with him. Oh, and he's such a wonderful man. Now, I don't know. I've only talked to him on the phone. I've never met him. He was in a meeting when I was out there touring his ministry a couple weeks ago, but he may be the nicest guy in the world. Does that have anything to do with what he believes? Aren't some of the Mormons really nice people? Yeah. Aren't some Jehovah's Witnesses really nice people? Sure, no question. Does that have anything to do with them being right or wrong? No. And you got to be careful you don't fall into that trap of thinking, because they're such a nice guy, such a humble person, therefore they must be right. Hold it. That's got nothing to do with right or wrong. I bet some of the prophets of Baal were nice guys. They probably took their kids for rides on the camel. Probably fixed their wife breakfast in the morning when she didn't feel good. But they're pagan, right? And if you want to get into what Hugh Ross really believes, it's very difficult reading his book. I was in the debate with him on the radio, and I said, Dr. Ross, do you believe it was a global flood in the days of Noah? He said, I believe the Bible, and I believe it was a universal flood. I said, what do you mean by that, Dr. Ross? He said, well, it flooded Noah's little universe. It's a matter of playing on words. This book, which we sell at our ministry, Creation and Time, goes through everything he really believes and exposes it. Now, he may be a really nice guy. He's certainly a very smart man. I've seen him on several TV programs, and he's been on Trinity Broadcasting a bunch of times, and he's their, poster boy for theistic evolution, sort of. He doesn't claim to believe in theistic evolution, but he learned all of his science first, being an astronomer in Toronto, I believe, or Canada someplace, in astronomy training, and then he began to read the Bible and try to blend the two together. But in his mind, what the scientists are teaching today can't be changed. We have to make the Bible fit this. He believes it was a local flood in the days of Noah. This book exposes all that. But when you get people who claim to be Christians that are going around saying the earth is billions of years old, there's going to be a division. The Southern Baptist Church today is split down between the liberals and the conservatives over basically one question. Is the Bible the Word of God? And the reason they're fighting over that question is primarily over one other question. How old is the earth? If the earth is only 6,000 years old, like this book clearly teaches, well, then evolution can't be true. Not enough time. Even if there is billions of years, it still doesn't. We don't see dogs produce non-dogs. But the first obstacle the evolutionist has to overcome, he has to have billions of years. And when you get Christians going around teaching the earth is billions of years old, this is the beginning of the problem. We'll get into later in seminar part 4 about how in the 1800s some Christians started teaching the earth is billions of years old when they developed the geologic column. The scientists stood up against Darwin. It was the pastors that supported Darwin in 1859 when his book came out. We'll get into more of that later. Next week we'll talk more about different scientific ways to show the earth cannot possibly be billions of years old. It just can't be. And I think this is crucial, because if you nail it down, the earth is young, it's not billions of years old, then the argument's over. It's over. You win it in the first round. All right? See you next week.